Hey everybody, Pixel here. Welcome back to another episode of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. In the last episode, Rex kind of had a breakdown, but then we came to the king and he told us a whole ton of stuff about how the Aegis has a third sword that's hidden somewhere, and it's in Leftheria according to Gramps, and we need to go get it in order to go rescue Pyra. This time, we are going to be going to get it in Leftheria to rescue Pyra. Before we start, though, since Rex only has 2 blades, and he had a third, but it's a spear blade, and I already have one of those equipped to him, I went ahead and opened a core and got him Boreas. Boreas is the blade I was talking about earlier that has, let's see what it is, Napon Wisdom. He is the second blade you can get in the game that has this, and oh my god, I still don't understand why they didn't just give it to Poppy again, but, okay, Bridget got a ton of stuff. Stromart got something too. But yeah, I don't know why they expected you to either have Boreas or have 3 levels on, Poppy, which is completely unlikely. Before we head to Leftheria, never mind. Okay, so let's head to Leftheria. Oh my god, he's so big. I love him. If you go to the Fonzet Arch, for some reason you start in front of the cutscene, but then you head to the cutscene and you just walk back into Fonzet.
What are we doing here?
Did you know Fonzet has another name?
Huh?
Hero's Rest.
Hero? As in?
Indeed. Fonzet Village was founded by Adam himself at the end of his travels. After the war, Adam charged me with protecting the village.
Was this village really that important?
What do you think I was protecting?
You mean it's...
Follow me.
Well, let's follow Gramps, the guy who's still sitting in our helmet. I don't know why they kept him in your helmet for this portion, because you're supposed to be following him, and they already have a model of Rex without Gramps in his helmet. But, okay. I'm gonna switch Rock back, because not only is he more story relevant, but also, he's not huge and goofy looking.
The village guardian?
Just looks like a stone pillar to me.
They say that the village's guardian spirit dwells within. Gramps, what are we doing here?
Rex, try turning the stone tablet clockwise.
This? Huh? This crest, it's... I've seen it before.
Place your hand on it.
Here goes. What's this?
This passage leads into the very center of the archipelago. There lies the cavern known as Spirit Crucible Elpys.
That's quite a name.
This entrance and the gate of the Spirit Crucible are sealed in such a way that only a Leftherian can open them.
Ah, so that's why Jin needed me back then.
When Adam founded this village, he hid something deep within the body of the Titan that forms the archipelago's center.
You mean The missing sword.
I don't know how word of it got out, but many were led here by rumors of the legendary sword. More than a few have entered the Spirit Crucible, but none have ever returned.
Is it really that dangerous?
Adam wanted to ensure that the sword was securely sealed away. He put many measures in place to stop it falling into the wrong hands. Only the hands of someone worthy. Adam said that taking this sword would be the mark of the Aegis's true driver.
The true driver.
What do you say, Rex?
I'll do it. No. I have to do it. Every moment we waste, Pyra and Mithra could be...
Then you're ready for what lies ahead?
If you hadn't interfered back then, neither of us would have had to go through all this. Now then, time to take back what I lost 500 years ago.
How he's still alive with his crystal in that state? Seriously? It's not normal.
The Aegis is the master blade. The first blade the architect forged. Malos can do things we can only dream of.
And how's he going to restore his core exactly?
He'll extract the data he's missing from the core of the other Aegis. Then all his power will be restored.
Okay, so what will that do to her?
Well, if she's lucky, she'll live. As an empty husk, that is.
Rough deal. Malice doesn't hold back, huh?
Don't blame me for this. It's our father who made us this way. But don't worry. Once I meet him, I'll get the answers we're after. I need to know why we're like this. In any case, this world only needs one Aegis. Don't you agree, Pyra?
Welcome to the Village Guardian, and if we head in... Welcome to the Spirit Crucible entrance. Spirit Crucible Elpys is its own place on the map, below the Leftherian archipelago. This place is also the worst location in the entire game. You'll see why as we go through it, but it's pretty much agreed upon by the entire community.
Dromac, what are you stumbling for?
Sorry, my lady. I've been feeling a little dizzy.
You too?
You too, Lady Bridget?
Yes, for a little while now. Though I'm still capable of standing.
Hey, same here. What's up with this place? It's kind of creepy.
What is going on here?
I feared as much.
Gramps, You knew this would happen.
The tales say that Spirit Crucible Elpys saps the strength of blades. It's one of the reasons why none have ever returned from its depths.
I say.
Ether flows scarce in this area. That may be cause of problems.
Like that time in the Tantalese Palace.
That not only thing. Glowing particles in air. They absorb ether. That is source of light.
So not only do you have less power, the power you do have is being absorbed. Well, that's jolly tragic.
You all right, Poppy?
Poppy just fine. Poppy never better.
Of course. You're an artificial blade, ain't you?
Poppy's perfectly fine, but yes, this place saps the power out of blades. What does that mean for the gameplay? Well, not much. We'll probably just have to have the game explain it.
We have to cross that.
Yes, but we must proceed with caution. Once we enter, the blades will be sapped of most of their power. If they run out of energy, they might be forced to return to their core state, and there's a chance they could never be reawakened.
Pandy, you'd better just stay here and guard the fort.
Why just me? Don't you want me?
Don't ask dumb questions. You know very well why, don't you?
If I'm staying, you ought to stay.
I'll be fine. When am I ever not?
If you're going,
I'm ordering you to stay here.
Is there something wrong?
Pandoria was just agreeing to stay behind.
Nuh-uh! I'm going with you! We made a promise, didn't we? Don't you dare say you've forgotten! I go where you go. End of story.
Fine.
My lady.
I'm fine. We can't give up now we've come this far. Don't. I know what you're gonna say.
I understood.
I don't know what's in there, but apart from Tora and Poppy, we're all going to find our abilities severely weakened. Be careful, Rex.
Yes. Healing arts are going to be less effective too. One nasty wound and that'll be the end of you.
Yeah, I get that. Tora, Poppy, we'll need you on the front line.
You got it, Rex! Poppy is artificial blade, so request is very extremely not a problem. Technology save the day! 3 cheers for Nopon Know-How!
Where are Poppy's cheers?
Thanks, guys.
As they said, healing arts are less effective, and no blade can get up to a level 3 combo other than Poppy. In fact, every other blade is forced to use their level 1 combo. So, yeah, you're pretty much limited to fire and earth orbs unless you change the elements on Poppy and Poppy QT. So, yeah, we're going to be playing as Tora for a bit. I generally do go through this area playing as other characters anyway, just because it's honestly not that big a deal. Okay, you can kill that Laya just by hitting it with a topple if you manage to get it broken. Trying to hear if the music here is different. I can't really tell because the TV has relatively low volume, but yeah, so as you can see, Tora, they can't use their level 2s even if they work up to them, so only ever start a driver combo with Tora. God damn it. Well, that certainly happened, okay. That's why I don't like playing as Tora, but, I mean, that's not even a good example because that wasn't even directly caused by me playing as Tora, but, yeah. Run through that room, because you can get good experience if you manage to topple them to death, but, you're not likely to be able to do that to both of them, and they can inflict blowdown and just knock you right off, so yeah, run past this room. Those Alaya will fucking destroy you, regardless of how powerful you are. If they aggro onto you, you're done, unless you run. So yeah, you could come down here at like level, I guess 53 would probably be around the last level they'll aggro onto you. You'll still die if they inflict blowdown because you fall into that abyss, and that's just not fun. Luckily, none of them actually even aggroed on at all that time, but whatever. Here we are at the Bone Road. That's a pretty epic name. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, I do like this place atmospherically. It's just very... I don't really know what adjective I was trying to think of there.
Are you all right? Never better. I'm right as rain.
The deeper we go, the thicker these particles get. You can still turn back.
Thanks. Your concern is touching.
Worry about yourself, yeah? I can look after her.
Zeke, you don't look so good yourself. Is something wrong?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I didn't think it was worth mentioning, but,
How did you get that?
I told you about the time I almost bloody died, right?
My prince! Zeke! Not like this! Not here! Not for now! Just a little further! You can do it!
Just leave me. Go on without me.
No! If you die, I'll turn back into a core crystal! I don't want to forget everything!
Bandy, I'm sorry. I hope your next driver is better than me.
I don't want another driver! You're good enough! Prince! Zeke! I refuse to forget our 10 years together. It's not going to happen. I'm not letting you die. Here. Bandits? Sucks. I don't want to be a bandit's blade. But I guess I won't remember anyway. Prince? Prince?
Fear not. He's going to be fine.
You saved him?
The fact that you're alive is proof of that, is it not? I had to transplant part of your core crystal into his heart. His wounds were grave. It was the only way to save you both. I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
Actually, I'm glad.
What? Why?
Knowing that a part of me is keeping you alive? I don't know, it's just nice.
Pandy,
What is it?
They do that? In Indol?
I guess you and I are more alike than you thought, chum. Though mine was just a surgical procedure.
You make it sound so simple. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
You know the people of Indol can trace their roots back to Judicium.
Judicium? The creators of that Titan weapon thing from Temperantia?
Yeah, them. They carried out experiments, fusing blade and human cells, creating flesh eaters.
So, those practices persist in Indol?
Hey, so they took advantage of blade regeneration and patched me up with Pandy's core crystal, right? Since I have part of her core in me, I'm a blade eater or something.
A blade eater.
That's right. That's gotta be why this place is getting to you, too.
It's all good. Let's just push on.
So something interesting, now that we've viewed that cutscene, this water does hurt you, by the way, if you don't get out of it quickly. If you go into the character menu and check Zeke, Pandoria's glasses are now clear and you can see her eyes. This also affects her model in the overworld. This is one of my favorite touches to anything in this game. It's so minor, but it's just so nice, and it makes it a lot easier to actually care about them as characters, knowing their backstory, because I have to say, up until this point, Pandoria has probably been the weakest main cast member. Like, even Tora had, like, that entire chapter dedicated to him, but now that we know and we can actually see her face, and she's, I mean, technically Zeke, but she, too, has opened up to the rest of the party. I don't know. It's a minor thing, but it's very nice. Oh my god, really? I am not going to try to fight these right now. Hell no. We are just gonna die. I'm moving right on. That was really fast. Okay, that thing did not put up much of a fight to chase us, but let's see. Underground River Lavi. We're going to want to come back here later for a Blades Affinity chart, but right now this area is just another place for a ton of things to aggro onto you on narrow pathways, and I mean, we will be fighting in here obviously, but not until we get to an area where we have more space to be fighting, because this opening portion of the Spirit Crucible Elpys is like, there's just not enough space to fight. Like, you can fight this thing, obviously, because there's enough space, but everything we've seen up until now, there just has not been enough space to get things done, because you'll either fall off into lava or fall off into a bottomless pit. But, I mean, like, this thing, there's, like, enough land to support blades and people. For some reason, Rock doesn't fly when he goes above a pit when he's fighting, because that makes sense. But yeah, as you can see, we can really only work up to an Earth Orb or a Fire Orb. And you'd be lucky to do that if an enemy lives that long. And that's only because we have Poppy. If we didn't have Poppy, we would not be able to work up any orbs on opponents, thus making chain attacks only single round, which isn't a bad strategy if you can manage to work up the party gauge fast enough and just do a ton of single round chain attacks. That's a valid strategy.
My lady.
For the last time, I'm fine. Why don't you just worry about yourself?
But...
You got to admire Shaled over there. He just put it right out there.
Hmm?
And here I am. Dromark. I'm gonna put myself to the test. Right here. I've decided.
My lady... Very well.
This mist makes me feel like I'm swimming through the cloud sea.
This mist is produced when a fossilized Titan body reacts with the atmosphere. It's why it's so hard to breathe down here.
Nia?
What now?
Are you in pain?
I'm struggling to breathe like everyone else. And I'm a little dizzy, that's all.
Oh, right. When that happens, it's best to just try and empty your head of all thoughts.
What?
It's an old salvager trick. When you swim down deep, it feels like your head's going to implode. You just go with it, don't fight it. Then you stop noticing the pressure. Why not give it a go?
Empty my head, eh? You mean I have to start acting as daft as you? Tall order?
Hey, that's not very nice.
Everyone, over here! Tora, think this way, lead down!
It certainly doesn't look like a natural formation.
Maybe it was grave robbers.
There's not too much worth stealing round here. Well, apart from...
Whatever it was that Adam hid down here.
Just a guess. It's possible that Jin and his accomplices have been here.
Then, they found out about the sunken ship and went to Argentum.
Still just a guess, but a pretty good one.
Then there won't be anything left to find, will there? Sheesh.
Well, if that was the case, then you'd expect them to already have the third sword.
But they clearly don't have it.
No, I do not think Adam would let the sword be so easily found.
No point in worrying. Let's just press on.
Grave Robber's Haunt. I'm going to switch Tora out of the party. I'm sorry. It's so smart to have him in this area, but like, oh, I'm just not a fan of him as a character. Even just playing as him isn't that fun. I'm actually going to use Zeke, Nia, and Morag in the party. Because even if things down here don't work out that well for healers and just for working up the party gauge and using chain attacks and everything, it's still very useful to have a healer on hand, because even if you won't be healing as much, you can still heal. It's not going to be like the most significant thing in the world, but any healing is better than no healing. Anyway, with that, I think that's enough for today. So, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we are going to be finally heading, hopefully, to the end of this place, but you never know. It's a pretty long area, but... God damn it, see you guys then.
My dead body. Much appreciated.
Stratospheric thunder!